Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathon Butts, and my longtime friend, co-host, and gabagool, Elliott Markson.
Yep. Another podcast today, and we are just two Chumbo Wumbos tub-thumping our way through this podcast. Isn't that right?
That's exactly right. You did better than I thought.
Yeah.
You were very close.
Which part did I mess up on?
It's not Chumbo Wumbo. It's Chumbo Wumba.
Chumbo. Oh, it's a Chumbo Wumba.
Yeah, at least
Not
that's
a Chumbo Wumbo.
if memory serves me.
I kind of like Chumbo Wumbo better.
We could start our own band.
Yeah, the Chumbo Wumbos.
All we need is one hit song, and we've matched their level of
Yeah,
success.
they sing that one.
Tub thumping.
Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what the reference was.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
That one goes out to all of our tub thumping fans.
All you tub thumpers out there, you're welcome. How have you been? What is going on with you?
I'm in such a good mood today.
That's good.
It is entirely too hot outside, though.
What?
Need to dial it down a bit.
Are you serious?
80 is pushing it for me, yeah.
Dude, this is what I've been waiting for.
It is a step up. It was like 30 degrees last week.
Yeah.
But if I could have it my way, I would have it like a balmy, breezy 65 at all times.
Oh.
Because that's the perfect weather that it's like you could pop on some shorts, but you could still be wearing like a sweatshirt.
That's true. I do love a good sweatshirt, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like most of my wardrobe is sweatshirts.
Yeah.
So.
But I had a great week. Like I alluded to last week, I had a trip to Michigan coming up.
Woo! The
And
big MI.
The big MI. I got back from Michigan on Sunday night, and I got to see a lot of family. I introduced some of them to the podcast.
Nice.
And? Unclear at this point if they enjoyed it or not, but some
Okay.
of them listened, some of them subscribed. But man, it's just really good. I think sometimes I do a poor job at prioritizing family, specifically getting out there to see some extended family. And I like to think that I rectified that for the most part. I got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in quite a long time, and some great aunts telling me that I'm the most handsome boy they've ever seen.
Really? They said that, huh?
My grandma said I had
You
some
are?
beautiful blue eyes.
You
so
do have good eyes, and you are a tall drink of water.
Thanks, man. But I did go on 8 Mile Road as well.
You did. You did go.
Yeah.
I asked if you were going, and you said you were going to be far, far away from that shithole.
Well,
Those were your exact words. And I thought, wow, why are you calling that a shithole? I mean, you don't even know. You don't live over there. What are you talking about? 8 Mile.
I honestly didn't. I mean, I don't think I ever said we're going to be super far away, but I didn't think we were going to be on it. But we were.
What did you do on 8 Mile?
We drove on it.
That's it?
I mean, there's just a series of roads that
How long is it?
It's pretty long.
8 miles?
No, because there's a 6 mile road and a 7 mile road.
I'm not stupid. I know.
I mean, you're an idiot, but
Yeah.
I had an uncle that had gotten married last year, and then he had a reception this past weekend.
Okay.
With family in Michigan. So we took 8 Mile Road to get there. And it was a beautiful, beautiful time. The drinks were, the bar was open, so to speak.
Ooh.
The food was amazing. It was like this Italian family style where they kept bringing a plate after a plate after a plate.
Family style.
After,
So there's, Italian.
yeah, it was great.
Plate after plate.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just really good food. Like a lot of good times. I played dodgeball. That was probably
You played dodgeball?
Probably my highlight. Yeah.
Where did you play dodgeball?
At my aunt's, we had an Easter Sunday party with all of the family, some friends, and towards the end we played dodgeball. So it was like me, my cousins, my cousin's kids.
Ooh.
And I just so I have this cousin named Chris. I think he's in his late 30s.
Sure.
So he was my main competition.
Right. I mean, you're definitely the top athlete.
Yeah.
In the fam in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean, you got older aunts and your grandma.
They didn't participate, but they watched on. But there was some 5-year-olds, some 7-year-olds, some 10-year-olds involved.
I see.
And on 2 separate occasions, I went to smoke my cousin Chris.
Yep.
But I ended up nailing hitting my second cousin, I think. I
don't know how
like
that
a
works.
10-year-old, in the stomach on several occasions. I felt quite bad.
You're just going super hard, just destroying these children.
Well, because Chris is coming at me, so I got to defend myself.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I had a highlight reel play.
Really?
So it was just me and Chris.
Yeah.
And he had, so some of the balls hard to get a grip, which is why I ended up hitting the wrong person.
Sure.
But there was this one smaller version of your classic dodgeball where it has that. It's not like the cushy. It's like the.
It's like the rubber.
Yeah.
Like the red rubber dodgeball.
Yeah, it was exactly that, but a little more compact. And so he threw it at me, and I caught it, but then bobbled it, and I started to fall backwards.
Yeah.
and I nailed a tree, like a tall tree right behind me. And so I stumbled and fell to the ground, like my back hurts still.
Yeah.
But while I was falling, I bobbled the ball some more, caught it, hit the ground, kept the ball in my hands. He was out. We won the game.
You won the game.
We're going to the state championship.
Yeah. You're like Vince Vaughn in that dodgeball movie.
So that sounds...
Did you put a blindfold over your eyes for one of the...
No.
Okay.
That sounded way cooler. It was way cooler if you had to be there.
It sounded awesome.
You had to be there.
It sounded great.
I also took a ball to the nads, but I still caught it.
Hey, as long as you catch it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Did you play dodgeball this past week?
No, but that sounds way better than what I did.
We should do dodgeball. Like more... We should just find
Why don't
like a
more
rec
people
league.
play dodgeball? That sounds awesome.
I love dodgeball.
Yeah.
I would love to go back to like middle school when you just constantly played those weird games.
Yeah, I feel like that was like one thing where it almost like evened the playing field between you and like the jocks who were like ultra good at sports.
Yeah.
But like dodgeball, I just have to be able to throw a ball hard and hit you.
Like neither of us, I would say, were particularly athletic. I mean, I think we both fairly good shape, but
Right.
I mean, you were good at soccer.
I was
But, like,
all right.
Football, baseball, those things I'm never,
hung in there.
never quite good at. But dodgeball,
Dodgeball.
it's, you're right. It did level the
It's
playing
an
field.
equalizer. I could win in dodgeball.
I remember, it was like 9th grade, we had a dodgeball league. Mm-hmm. I remember getting quite furious.
Oh yeah, it was competitive.
Entirely too competitive.
That was the best, man. No, I would much rather play dodgeball. We had like an Easter egg hunt.
We did too.
Oh, you did that too?
Yeah. What do you get out of your Easter egg hunts?
So the way it worked was...
Wait, was this your side of the family?
This is my Megan's side. So
Gotcha.
we went to like her grandma's house, and I mean the Easter egg hunt is mainly for the kids. There's kids there, so I mean there's like 2 of her cousins are like younger, like 11 and younger than that. But so I mean, but we all participated. All the 20 somethings and under participated, and I won because I got all my eggs first. I don't know if that was really the competition, but in my head it was.
Were the eggs like specifically labeled Elliott?
Yeah, so we each had a color assigned to our team. So it was me and Megan, but she didn't participate because she was tired. So it was just me out there, lone wolfing it.
Always an excuse. But
Yeah,
go on.
I know, right? Come on. But I got all of my eggs. I was team yellow. I got all the yellow eggs, and I got them first, and I won. But then you open the eggs, and in the eggs is either candy or money.
How much money did you walk away with?
I walked away with $3. And well, I got a bunch of change too, but I just gave it to the kids because I don't carry change. I'm not going to put that in my wallet. I don't know what to do with
Who
it.
has loose change?
Psychopaths. If you're
Besides-
carrying quarters in your wallet, unless you like have to pay for laundry or something, like what's wrong with you?
Keep your change on the floor of your car, like the rest of us.
Yeah, or in your cup holder.
Or your cup holder.
I've literally thrown pennies in the garbage before.
I don't know that.
I've done that.
I don't know that I would do that.
I've thrown a penny in the garbage. I was like, what am I going to do with this?
That feels wrong
Why?
because I'm just imagining like a billionaire throwing away a $50 bill.
Doesn't
That's what it feels like to me.
it even like don't we lose money on making pennies? Isn't it
Probably.
more? It costs more to make a penny than a penny's actually
I'm
worth.
sure nowadays with the price of copper and whatever is inside of a penny.
Yeah, man. Inflation.
Cobalt. I don't know what's in a penny.
I don't know. What am I, a geologist?
See, this is why we need someone dedicated. Like we pay him like $5 an hour just to sit there once a week just to fact check us.
Yeah, I know. Well, where's our producer at?
Absent. As
Absent.
always.
Absent.
Though I do got to show off for the people that are
Yeah,
are
show 'em.
visual
Show 'em the
learners.
goodies.
For Easter, my beautiful fiance / our sub-average Emily, our producer, and my
Yes.
fiance made this beautiful cricketed bag that says
Yeah, it's customizable.
Yeah.
It's got our logo on there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And if you want one, we'll sell one to you for
$60.
$60.
$60.
$60.
Those of you fans that have pockets lined with cash, get these beautiful tote bags that
Yeah.
come pre-cat haired.
Yeah. I mean, they'll come with cat hair on them, so you know that it was made in-house.
Is this gonna make you sick?
You don't get that from Amazon.
Is that gonna make you sick?
It might. I am horribly allergic to cats. Horribly.
See, we're gonna have a problem if you record it.
Yeah, I know.
Once we record at my place,
Once we start moving locations, we set up the new studio.
your face is just gonna be puffed up at all times.
Yeah, I'll just be, my eyes will be red for every recording, and I'll be sneezing through it, and I might not be able to breathe.
Were you just modulating your voice to make it sound like you were sick right
No, I'm actually a little stuffed up from allergies.
What?
Like seasonal.
COVID?
No, seasonal allergies.
Meningitis?
It's warm outside. I have seasonal allergies. I'm sorry.
Bacterial endocarditis?
Probably not. I hope not. I feel good otherwise.
Good. You do sound a bit stuffed up.
Yeah, man.
But who isn't? It's springtime,
I sneezed
baby.
at least 5 times today.
Not on the podcast. You're a
Not
true
yet today.
professional.
No, I would never. I would hold my sneezes. Have you ever held a sneeze?
Yeah.
I used to hold my sneezes all the time.
I do it like consistently.
I used to like never sneeze because I think one time when I was a kid, my mom like told me it was gross because I sneezed, and then I just stopped sneezing. I just never sneezed again. I held them all in, and I would do it like a fucking weirdo. So I'd like, because when you hold in a sneeze, something still comes out. Like you make a little noise. So all my sneezes would be like, and like I thought it was okay. I thought like, oh, nobody wants me to sneeze on them. I'll just hold this one in.
At what point did you like deprogram yourself and learn that it was like okay to sneeze?
I don't know. I got older and I was like, fuck it.
So just like
I don't care.
age 21, it
I'm
finally
sneezing.
hit you. Finally hit you like
It was
I'm
probably
gonna sneeze.
college, dude. Honestly, I think throughout high school, I was holding all my sneezes.
I mean, I still will hold my sneeze if I'm like at work. I'll try
Okay.
to hold it just
Yeah.
because I don't want to splatter anywhere.
Well, I mean, if I have to, I can do it still.
Don't want it on my arm.
And you always got to go elbow. You gotta vampire it.
I've always been like a pinch your nose.
That's disgusting. That's horrible. That sounds awful.
Kidding.
You pinch.
Just like a whole
I actually just
your hands.
constantly have nose plugs in, so then nothing can ever come out.
One of my favorite pranks is to like you're about to sneeze, just find a friend. You know,
Yeah, sneeze in their mouth.
classic prank.
Classic.
Anything else going on in your world?
What else did I
Anything
do?
of note?
Oh man, what else has been going on in my world? I cleaned my house.
Wow.
Do you want to hear about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. Last week your pipes. This
Oh,
week?
dude, you know what? Actually, fuck that. I I went frisbee golfing yesterday.
Oh yeah, thanks for the invite.
You did get an invite. You were in the group chat, and nobody responded.
Yesterday
What
was
the hell is up with that?
Yesterday was date night.
Oh, well, that would have been nice to know.
I turned
You
my
could've-
phone off.
Look at this guy, fiance of the year. He turns his fucking phone off. He doesn't even answer his friends who ask him to go fucking frisbee golfing.
My phone was totally on. I just feel bad saying no so many times
Just say no.
because I have said no quite frequently.
Because I was out. It was just me and Neil because nobody responded, which is fine. Me and Neil go play frisbee golf all the time. Whatever. We'll just go hit the holes. Whatever. First throws of the year of the season for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Is it
been
not
off all
too
winter.
wet right now?
It was a little muddy. So the course that we
Yeah.
go to actually has like sections that are through the woods. So like parts of it were like insanely tough to traverse.
Yeah, I'm glad I
It
didn't
was
do that. I would have
very muddy, and there was one part of it that was just completely flooded. But luckily, some other frisbee golfers, whoever you are, shout out to you, whoever you are in the world, you're a beautiful human. They made a makeshift bridge out of like a little crate and some wood planks.
Wow.
So we were able to get over the flooded area and go to the next hole.
Sounds like you guys should just wait a couple weeks
No.
before you do it.
No,
again.
no. I got to get my arm ready for the real season.
Have you ever done a tournament?
No, but I would love to. I'm
you
not
good
very
enough?
good, no. But I feel like if I kept working at it, because as we go on, playing frisbee golf, continuing to get the reps in, we get decent, I think. At least I do. I can chuck it. I can't throw it as far as some guys. Like sometimes you'll see some like real frisbee golfers, and they just sling that thing.
It has to be all informed though, because there's
It
no
is.
way you're consistently outmatched by professional frisbee golfers in terms of arm strength.
That's true. Well, they're not usually in like tip-top shape. They're actually usually smoking a cig, and they definitely have a belly of some kind.
Everyone
Usually
has,
wearing a tie-dye shirt.
hold on. Everyone has a belly.
You're right.
You sick?
A lot of frisbee golfers like just smoke weed while they're playing frisbee golf. Isn't that wild?
Of course.
I found countless just like oneies sitting on the green.
There's also no way it's green right now. It's got to be brown or like just
Yeah,
pure
well,
mud.
it's mud and dirt and leaves.
I don't feel bad about not responding.
It was a blast. Anyways, I'm in a great mood because it's beautiful outside. We getting outside just for only one day, and I already feel like my depression is gone.
Yeah, seasonal depressionists, come on out.
I've stopped taking my Lexapro altogether.
Whoa!
All I need is that vitamin D, baby.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. I also stopped taking my blood pressure medication.
Oh, maybe don't stop taking that one. I didn't even know.
I learned this week that apparently we have a ton of stuff like high blood pressure, low blood pressure. It all runs in the family.
Low blood pressure. You don't hear enough about low blood pressure.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, is that a thing people go through? People have low blood pressure?
People who are too calm, too
If
relaxed.
you're too calm, you just die. He was just so calm, he just passed.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, I'm sure that runs in a lot of people's families, high blood pressure.
Yeah, it's a super common
You know,
thing.
maybe you're just working too hard, buddy. You need to sit down.
I don't have high blood pressure. I mean, I've never gotten it tested like
Yet.
Outside of your simple doctor visit, but I've never been told my blood pressure is bad.
Yeah.
So I would assume that I'm fine right now. I should probably make some adjustments to my diet so that I can live as long as possible. But
Yeah.
do you have any, aside from some cancers, you got any spooky shit in your family?
Spooky shit. I mean, you know, one of my grandpas probably haunts something, maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, you got any paranormal in your family?
Yeah, my grandpa actually he haunts our cabin up north.
Okay.
He resides there on the weekends. No, health-wise, besides cancer, I don't know. My grandpa's both deceased. God rest their souls. Rip. Great dudes.
Rest in peace, gentlemen.
Rest in peace. They had it all. I mean, towards the end, they had like strokes and heart attacks and shit like that. Cancer.
But I wonder how much
My
of that
one
is...
grandpa beat my grandpa. My one grandpa. I think he beat cancer. He made it to 91.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
He's incredible.
It's pretty impressive.
Great guy.
But I wonder how much of that is genetic versus just you're at the end of the line, like everything.
True.
Everything
Like,
death
things
has got
just start to
thrown it at you.
just come at you.
Yeah.
Well, he survived the heart attacks and the stroke.
That's impressive.
He was a warrior, man. That
you have
dude,
resiliency. in
That
your-
dude
in your
would
genes.
not die. He wouldn't want it. He didn't want to. Incredible man.
Can't blame him. I don't want to die.
Very interesting guy. But also, he had a great head of hair. He also didn't really go fully gray.
Really?
Like he had, like obviously it was gray, but
Mm-hmm.
he like still had like some black hairs in there, man.
See, I would like you to go gray on the sides. I think you would look good.
That is a very popular thing in my family. The men have the dark hair on top and just the pepper on the sides.
I think you'd be an excellent silver fox. I want like a pepper beard, you know?
Yeah, I think you would look good with it.
Thank you.
Get a little age to you.
Thank you.
Just start dyeing it gray.
I honestly never seriously considered it, but it's crossed my mind.
Dude, if you had like your shaved head and dyed your hair gray or white,
My beard?
you would look elderly.
Okay, that's not really what I would go for. I would try to go for like a sexier look.
Just a hot grandpa.
But I would never try it because I don't think it's easy to successfully go for like a gray look when you don't naturally have gray.
It's tough.
You know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust myself to do a good job because I already don't trust myself to like style my hair as is. So
Sure. But you'd make a good grandpa, a good looking grandpa.
thanks, man.
You'd be slaying it in the nursing home if Emily's already dead.
Whoa.
Well, she's not, all right? Chill, okay?
We're gonna pivot from talking about my fiance passing. We're gonna talk about something else.
What are we doing?
We're gonna talk about our recommendations of the week.
Recommendations of the week.
I got a great one. I told you briefly about it yesterday, but I'm going to plug it. And this isn't going to be me plugging the most popular show that's on right now.
Yeah, he's not plugging something you already know about.
I'm plugging something that you might know about.
Yeah.
It's called Jury Duty.
What?
Jury Duty.
Like when you get called to go do jury duty and you have to serve on a jury of your peers and
Yeah.
and determine if somebody is guilty or innocent at the end of a trial. Preferably one that's a little juicier, maybe a murder or a light. I'm just kidding.
This guy has successfully explained what
Maybe
jury
a light
duty is.
assault
So it's on Amazon.
preferably with like a weapon, not like the other kind of assault.
Shut the fuck up. It's on Amazon. It's through. I don't know if it's on Freevee.
So it's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It's a limited series. I think it's on a service called Freevee offered by Amazon, so it's a free
Okay.
show. You don't have to pay for it, but there are ads. And at one point, there was an ad break that was like 140 seconds, which is super excessive. That's too many ads.
It's a lot of ads.
But here's the premise: it is a mockumentary style show in which they catalog and document the entirety of a trial.
Ooh.
And it's mostly centered around the jury itself.
Okay.
The shtick is the entire courtroom, everyone in it, the jury, the plaintiff, the judge, the defendant, everyone involved is an actor.
Oh.
With the exception of one dude.
Wait, really?
One dude who is a juror. And they go through the entire process of like the pretrial jury selection, in which they interview jurors to ask them if they're potentially ineligible or if they have other conflicts.
Yeah.
Then they go through that entire selection process. Then they go through the entire trial. And
Wow.
there's 8 total episodes. I think they've released 4. 5 will be tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's fucking hilarious.
Wait, so there's one person
Precisely
who has
one
no
dude.
idea that this is all just a setup.
No idea.
And is it just like to look at and see like how they react to the trial and everything? Like,
Well, the thing is, a bunch of weird, odd shit continuously happens throughout the entire show. The first odd thing is, James Marsden,
I've heard the
the
name.
actor. He was in Enchanted. He was in X-Men.
Yes.
That James Marsden. He
Yep.
was in Sonic.
I think I know who you're talking about, yes.
He is a juror.
Oh.
He plays himself,
Oh.
but he is a juror. And so the entire time he's like trying to eke out of it. But my favorite part is the guy that they picked to be the sucker.
Yeah.
He's like the sweetest dude ever. So most of the time you have like these prank style shows.
Right.
What you're seeing is like an awful human being, or it's like they're making fun of the fact that this guy doesn't know what's going on, or they're like showing you his shortcomings. But this guy is like genuinely the sweetest dude ever. And my favorite part, and this isn't really giving anything away, but one of the guys on the jury is this weirdo outcast who is really interested in cybernetics. Do you know what that means?
No.
It means like
Cybernetics.
replacing your body with like computer parts or like artificial parts.
Becoming a cyborg.
To like better function as a human being.
Okay, sure.
And he constantly has like these weird contraptions that he comes up with. And at one point the jury gets sequestered, and so they're all staying at a hotel together. I feel so bad for this dude. Because he spends like 4 weeks, like no phone, no nothing.
Are they gonna like compensate this guy?
I'm assuming he did. So like the way they got him in is they're like, hey, we're doing a show documenting everything about a trial. Normally trials, there's no photography, there's no nothing like that. Jurors don't communicate with each other, but for this one trial, they're documenting the whole thing. So he signs off on all of that. But back to this one dude. This dude's a really weird, but he's super interested in these cybernetic things. And so when they're in a hotel, the guy's like, "Yeah, I showed him Bug's Life." The clueless juror is like, "Yeah, I showed him Bug's Life because he's really interested in all of these, all these weird inventions, and he really likes building things and bettering himself. And Bug's Life is all about an outcast who is building inventions and is shunned. And I wanted to show him that his efforts aren't in vain." And like, it's just like so fucking sweet. And I'm sitting there with Emily, and she's like, "I'm gonna cry."
What a genuine human.
He's such a nice guy. And so, I mean, it's just such an entertaining show. There's definitely some like, lower, duller moments just because you are like seeing an entire trial kind of play out. But there's so many weird, wacky things. And the dude at some point becomes self-aware, and he's like, "I want to make a movie about this because how insane everything has been so far." But man, it's so fucking funny. We just found it randomly. I saw some TikTok clips about it, and
wow,
definitely would recommend that you watch it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I do want to watch that. It's on Amazon.
Yep, Jury Duty on Amazon through Freevee, some weird thing. But yeah, please watch it.
That's awesome. That's a great recommendation.
Thank you.
I will be watching that.
Your turn.
My turn. I have a couple if I want to go through them, but I'm going to recommend a musical artist to you.
Biggie.
What?
Biggie?
Biggie?
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls?
Who are you going to
Notorious B.I.G.? Yeah, I'm going to recommend one of the greatest rappers of all time to you that you've never heard of.
I honestly couldn't name more than one song.
Don't get me started.
I've never heard of that song.
I'm going to recommend an old folk singer.
Oh.
This guy's good. No, hold on.
I feel like,
Don't give me that face.
Okay.
He's good.
Go for it.
You may have heard of him.
I feel like you already told me this, but...
Did I?
Just keep going.
Whatever. Okay, so my recommendation of the week is Roy Harper. Roy Harper is an old folk singer. His first album came out in 1966. So he's been doing this a long time. He's got a good sound. You know, it's very introspective. His writing is very good, and it sounds very good. I very much enjoy him. And fun fact about Roy Harper, he actually did lead vocals on the old Pink Floyd song, Have a Cigar.
I don't know that song.
Anyways, for all the olds out there, he's very talented. I've really enjoyed listening to Roy. He's great, and he's still kicking it. He's alive. He's 81 years old.
So this dude you're recommending is 81?
He's 81.
Roy?
He's from the UK.
Roy Harper?
Roy Harper.
Oh.
You don't like the UK?
I just don't like liking someone, and I don't like this guy yet. But I don't like liking an actor or a musician and then finding out they're not American. Specifically English.
You know, Dua Lipa isn't from the United States.
Okay. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
If I watch a movie or a TV show,
Yeah.
and an English actor uses an American accent,
Okay.
that bums me out. Like when I found out Tom Holland wasn't one of ours, or like if they're Canadian.
Margot Robbie, Australia.
Yeah.
Who
Although
knew?
I do like Australians.
Oh, so this is
It's mostly just
this is just the UK.
it's
and
mostly Canada and the UK. Yeah.
why Canada? They're basically the same.
No. Like Ryan Reynolds, you don't feel like the slightest bit of shame when you find out that he's not American?
He's from Canada?
Yeah.
I don't think I even knew that.
Well, now you do, and now you don't
Wow.
like Ryan Reynolds
Yeah,
anymore.
screw you, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's famously Canadian.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Keep going about.
You know, The Weeknd is from Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked him.
Oh, no. Anyways, Roy Harper is good. I would listen to him. And just to start you off, I would start with his album from 1970 entitled Flat Baroque and Berserk. I don't know what the hell that means.
Flat, broke, and berserk?
Baroque.
Baroque.
Like the Baroque period.
Gotcha.
I don't know what the hell it means, but on the cover he's sick. He's got a tiger on him, just laying on his stomach, and he's smoking a cig.
So what?
He's got a goatee.
So what sets this artist apart from other folk singers that you enjoy?
I feel like he's just got a classic sound, and I feel like when you put music out that long ago and you still sound good today, I mean, obviously they've remastered a lot of it and stuff like that for streaming and all that kind of stuff, but when you can still sound good this far into the future, he's 81.
But to clarify, he's making new music still.
I don't...
Because how would you know that he still sounds as good?
So...
Or are you saying
I've listened to all his
ages
old
well?
music. His music ages well.
Oh, okay.
His most recent album was in 2013, though.
Okay. So it's not that long
he
ago.
put one out. He put one out not that long ago. But yeah, I just feel like if your music can hold up, you know, sound wise, and it still sounds good, and I'm still able to connect with what you're saying, and you're doing it in a well done and thoughtful way, then that's great.
Okay.
Good. He's a good guy to listen to.
I'll think about maybe
Add him
listening.
to the playlist.
Okay.
Maybe if you're feeling sad,
Oh.
or if you're feeling whimsical,
Okay.
Or-
Those two wildly
or if you're
different.
feeling depressed,
Okay. Very different.
or if you're
emotions.
feeling like a ray of sunshine.
So if you're feeling, this is the guy for you.
If you've got emotions, he might be up your alley. I don't know.
A one size fits all. Kind of
One
artist.
size fits all. He's sort of like a hat.
There you have it. Roy Harper, kind of like a hat.
That's the best review he may have ever gotten.
Yeah.
He's a hat.
It sounded like you had more recommendations in your pocket.
I mean, dude, I can pull out anything if you want. I can start ripping things out.
I recommend that you not wear that tactical vest anymore.
I was just wearing it, so like before you came, I have to be fully honest with you. Actually, I have to open up and maybe reveal a few things to our audience. Before you came, I was lifting weights, partly because I just needed to fill the time before you got here, and also I wanted the guns to pop a little bit on screen since we record these things.
They be popping.
Yeah, just wanted to get a little pump on.
So that's something you had to confess?
Yeah, I had to confess that to you, that I worked out a little bit. It was only like a 20-minute workout before you got here. But I threw the weighted vest on because I just like to do it.
What were your specific movements?
Well, I was just hitting some arms a little bit, did some air squats.
Okay.
Air squats the vest is good for air squats.
Does it even feel like you have anything on you right now?
Yeah, it's 20 pounds.
So it does feel like something's on you.
Yeah, I mean, if you see me, it's weighing a little bit on my back because I'm sitting in this chair. So I'm leaning forward a little bit.
Say it definitely
it's
looks
kind of
like
hurting
you're
my lower back.
Oh, cool.
I don't think you're just supposed to sit for an hour in this thing.
I don't think so.
You're supposed to be moving.
But here's why I don't need that.
Why?
I already have a belly. I got my belly.
No, that doesn't count.
I'm lugging my belly around every day.
No.
So I don't need more weight. I need less.
So, other recommendation of the week, get a weighted vest.
No.
They're awesome. If you want to burn a few extra calories on your workout, throw on a weighted vest.
See, I feel like your weighted vest isn't modular.
What do you mean?
Can you add or remove weight?
Yeah, so there's like little pouches in here.
Can those be taken out?
Each of these are little weights, yes.
And that can be taken out?
And they're in a little pocket, and you can take it out. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I take it
So
back.
you can remove some weight.
I see a little headphone symbol right there.
Yeah,
What does that
this
mean?
is if you want to put your phone in, they've got a little pocket for your phone right here.
Wow, what a neat invention.
Pretty neat. So yeah, get a weighted vest. They're a good investment. It's a good investment.
Oh,
Do you get it?
I do.
Yeah. Anyways, those are going to be my recommendations for the week. Because I got to save a few in the chamber for next week, you know?
Yeah. I got to work my way up. I always struggle to find a recommendation of the week, but this week, rock solid.
Rock solid. That was a great rec.
Thank you.
I can't wait to watch that show.
I hope you watch it. I mean, it's like 25-minute episodes.
Wow,
So you'll
that's
be
the best.
Up,
I love a good
caught up
show where
immediately.
they're just like little bangers I can just bang out.
Just
just
remember,
bang 'em out.
there are ads.
Okay.
In today's market, ads are toxic.
Oh, I do have a movie recommendation. This doesn't have to be a recommendation of the week, but I did see this. Not Mario. That movie was pretty lame.
Okay, I want to clear the air.
Okay.
Elliott in the theater when we first started watching the Mario movie, which I thought was good for what it is.
I thought it was good for what it was too.
Elliott was trying to be so cool. He was sitting there pretending like he didn't need to be there. He didn't
No,
want to
I
be
was
there.
tired because I came straight from work.
And then he started laughing, and by the end he was giggling, and he was like,
Well, yeah.
he was like patting his belly while
There
he
was
was
some
watching.
good scenes, okay? I mean, there was that scene with that little starfish guy who just wanted to die.
I do like when you can tell
The
that they
sweet
like
relief of death.
when they throw in a character just for the adults.
Yeah, I know. I love that
Yeah.
too.
So there was
'Cause-
like an existential star that like wanted to die. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good. That would go over kids' heads because they don't get depression yet.
Because they don't want to die, probably.
Most likely not. My thing with it, and I get why they did it, but it was clearly just like made for children, which I get it, but also like so many adults are going to see that movie. Like I would love if they could like throw a little more adult into it,
A little more. You wanted more adult.
just a little more.
My one thing was I felt the pacing was so quick. It was like
Yeah, that
boom,
too.
boom, boom,
But I
boom.
think that's another fault of it being a children's movie
Yeah.
because children's movies have to do that because kids lose attention span and they can't follow like a complex story. So they need
Yeah.
you to just be like, this is happening, and now this is happening, and we're doing this. I don't like so when Mario went to go see Peach to get her to convince her to have him come with her or whatever to save his brother to save Luigi. It's the whole premise of the movie, essentially. But it happened so fast. Literally, he got there, and she was like, "You're human," and he was like, "Yes, I am." And you don't talk like that. It's Chris Pratt. But then she was just like, "Cool, you're coming with me because you're
Yeah.
human." It's like that's not how that works.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen.
My main complaint is, so if you've seen the trailers, you'll know that the Kong Kingdom is prominently featured in the movie. So Donkey
Yes.
Kong. So if you've ever played Donkey Kong 64,
Yep.
you'll know there's a whole gaggle of Kongs.
Kongs.
So there's Diddy Kong, who is featured in the movie. There was Tiny Kong, who is featured in the movie.
Tiny Kong was in it?
Tiny Kong, yeah. There's it's like a split second thing.
Yeah, okay.
There's Chunky Kong, who's featured in the
Wait,
movie.
which one's Chunky Kong?
He was so.
I don't know the lore of the Kongs.
There was Cranky Kong.
Yeah, that was the king, right? Cranky Kong?
Yeah, I don't recall singing Funky Kong, but my personal favorite Kong, his name is Lanky Kong. He's an orange orangutan.
Yeah.
His arms can go really long.
Okay.
And so when you play as him, he can slap really far.
Okay, that's sweet.
And he also makes sounds like "Baloo!" And so I fucking love him. And there's a split second cameo of all these Kongs from the video game, and they just didn't include Lanky Kong.
Why didn't they include Lanky?
I don't know. They had Diddy, Tiny, Chunky.
Justice for Lanky, man. Because, Lanky sounds like a good character.
Great
Sounds like he should get some more recognition. I mean, you can't just create something like that out of thin air, like a monkey with long arms. That's insane. That's crazy how they thought of that. They should definitely give him more recognition. And why wouldn't we see more of Lanky in the movie? Because Lanky's clearly a very important
facetious.
character.
You're being sarcastic.
No, I'm serious.
You don't think
we need
Lanky
more
has a
length?
place? After this, I'll show you all about Lanky Kong.
I'd love to see more about Lanky.
But aside from that, I thought it was very good. The pacing kind of sucked.
Yeah, it
but
went so
again,
fast.
Understandable because it is primarily a children's film.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I know they made it a kids' film because they wanted to bring the kids in because they knew the adults would be seeing it anyways. They'd be seeing it no matter what, just for nostalgia.
Yeah.
So obviously they want to make it kid-friendly so that you can bring your kids too. Sell more tickets.
Did you see apparently the Peaches song by Jack Black can be nominated for an Oscar?
Really?
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, I hope it
like
is.
A best song in a
Yeah.
whatever that category is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the lesser.
He was one of the highlights of the movie. Jack Black's Bowser.
Very good
Great.
Bowser. And honestly, I'll say this: Chris Pratt was fine.
He was fine. Well, because I mean, the way they explained the accents, they did it immediately.
Yeah, immediately they showed that Chris Pratt could do a Mario.
Yeah.
But then it was not his actual
Right.
accent.
'Cause the beginning of the movie starts out with an ad for their plumbing company, and they're doing like the Mario and like the accents, and then immediately after it cuts out to them watching the commercial, and they're like, "Were the accents too much? I don't know." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they explained it immediately, so you're not going the whole movie like, "Why are they talking like normal people?"
So Chris Pratt did a great job. I'm honest, I don't really understand all the hate for Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I don't
know
either.
where it comes from.
He's just doing a job, man. I don't know.
I mean, I'll always.
Or do you mean in general, or do
Just
you mean
in general.
specifically for Mario?
in general?
Oh, the hate for Chris Pratt comes from because he's annoying.
What?
Yeah.
But how?
Like, I don't know. He tried to become like this big action star for no fucking reason.
And he is a big actor.
He's way better as a chubby, funny man.
I mean, yeah.
I want to see Parks and Rec Chris Pratt. I don't give a shit about Star-Lord.
Andy Dwyer is elite, but I also like him as Star-Lord.
I don't.
He's fine in Jurassic World. It's kind of a shitty, trilogy.
I think I've only seen one of those movies.
I fucking love dinosaurs.
Really?
Like, there's a part of me that's always gonna be 5 years old. Like, I love.
What's your favorite
dinosaurs.
dinosaur? Go.
Velociraptor.
Oh, ooh, he almost said T-Rex, and he went Velociraptor.
I thought about it, but I love raptors.
Yeah, you're a big raptor guy, huh?
Huge raptor guy.
Stegosaurus.
Really?
Yep. Big
No.
Steger. Big Steg guy.
I don't like any of the lame ones like that. That's a lame one to me.
Why is that a lame one?
I like the Velociraptor.
They got spikes on their back.
So?
They're kind of sick. They're like stout, like me.
You describe yourself as stout?
Isn't that like smaller, more compact?
Yeah. You're just not as intimidating. See,
Well, yeah, I don't have spikes on my back, obviously. Anyways, I was gonna talk about a movie. I saw Air, that movie about Nike. Have you seen it?
I have not. All I'll say is I've heard it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I find it, and I'm sure it is. I still think the premise is weird. Shoes are really uninteresting.
Oh.
I'm sure they do a really good job of making an interesting story.
Yeah.
But just like the premise alone, I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. But knowing that like Ben Affleck did it, Matt Damon is in it.
Yeah, they made it.
That alone would get me to the theater.
Yeah. Ben Affleck directed it, I believe.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a really well put together movie, and obviously the story's good, and the characters are good, and the acting's good. But honestly, I thought it was super interesting because it gave you like a look and a new perspective on Nike as a company. Because back in that time, before they even signed Michael Jordan, like they weren't like a big shoe company. Like they were primarily a running shoe. Like that's what they made. And they put the stats up on the screen like at the beginning of the movie. They owned like, I think it was like 14% of the shoe market in basketball, which is nothing. And now
Who was the top dog back then?
Converse.
What?
Converse owned
like
54% of the market for basketball shoes.
What is this, the 80s? 80s,
Yes.
90s?
Yeah. Yes, it would have been the 80s, yeah, because it's Michael Jordan, yeah.
Well,
Which is crazy. I didn't realize that. So, like, essentially, the whole story, obviously, we know they signed Michael Jordan, all that shit, whatever. But if they hadn't done that, they would have never made basketball shoes again. If they hadn't signed Michael Jordan, they wouldn't have basketball shoes, and they probably wouldn't be like as big of a company as they are now.
who plays Michael Jordan in the movie?
They don't really show Michael Jordan.
But they show Michael Jordan's mom?
Yes. They show his parents, and like all you really see of Michael Jordan is like the back of his head, and like they don't like show him, like obviously because like everyone knows who what Michael Jordan looks like.
He wasn't an elite athlete at that point, was he?
He was. So he was like a top 3 pick in the NBA draft.
So but he wasn't full-fledged in the NBA yet. Okay.
So, I mean, it's actually a pretty crazy story, the gamble they took on signing Michael Jordan. Because originally they explained in the movie, it's like they wanted to sign like a few different players.
LeBron James.
Yeah, to wear their Nike shoes or whatever. But this the main character, played by Matt Damon, tries to go out on a limb, and he's like, we should put our whole budget towards Michael Jordan. Just this one guy who he had, I think, just won like the championship for college basketball or whatever. And so he was, he was good, obviously, but nobody knew he was going to be Michael Jordan, Michael fucking Jordan. But yeah, so it was a big gamble, and apparently it paid off. Did you know that Michael Jordan makes a percentage of every Jordan sold?
Really? I mean, that makes sense. His name slapped right on the thing.
He's a damn billionaire now.
Does he have? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have any creative involvement in the shoe design?
That I don't know for sure. Not the original. He didn't know.
Oh.
Well, because they just made it and presented it to him.
Gotcha.
But
and he's like, yep, that's a shoe. Let's do this thing.
Which is crazy because that set like a precedent going forward of like athletes wanting like a piece of a percentage of the revenue from shoes with their name on it, basically.
Yeah.
And Jordan was like the first shoe that they made for a player. Before that, it was all like, you're wearing Converse.
Yeah.
You're a Converse
and it is wild
person.
how the market's transformed, and now there's shoes that are specifically popular because of the celebrities involved. But sometimes people own a shoe that's tied directly to a celebrity that's not a particularly good individual. Sometimes people own, shoes that are marketed and branded by anti-Semites.
Yeah, some people wear those shoes, and it's crazy that people do that.
Some people still own those
They're
shoes.
an expensive pair of shoes.
Some people.
What am I going to throw them away?
Some people in this room own a pair.
What am I going to throw them away?
Now here's the bombshell, folks. He bought them after.
That's not true. I've owned them for years.
I'm kidding. At least you have like the nice looking ones.
Yeah, I mean they're not like they're the 380s, so whatever that means nothing to you.
Yeah,
but they're not like
as opposed to the 210s.
They're not as opposed to the 350 V2s. But anyways, what my point is they're not like the most popular Yeezy. So like, not everyone would see them. Most people see them and they're like, "What is that? What is on your feet right now?" Like they don't identify them right away.
You know what I saw the other day? I saw a picture of Donald Glover sitting courtside.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he had like the reverse.
His shoes were reversible. He had one side where his foot was in, and then the other side of the shoe was another place to put your foot in.
Yeah, there's no way that's comfortable. Like, there's no way it's easy to walk.
How do you even walk in that?
It's strictly
it's like
a status.
Two shoes put together.
It's like a $50,000 pair of shoes.
Probably. It was probably just like, I can buy these.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah.
I would love to be that rich to just blow money on stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like
me too.
Shoes I don't need.
Yeah.
Dude, the story of me buying those Yeezys is so ridiculous.
Well, let's hear it.
I bought those Yeezys like years ago. This was like right as the pandemic hit. So
this is right before you got laid off?
Yes. So that's the whole point. So I'm still working, I'm still working my 9 to 5. I'm making my money. I'm still employed, doing a good job, whatever. I'm making money. I'm in sales. Woo! And I was like, you know what? I'm at the time I started getting into sneakers pretty heavy because I'm like, I got money now. Fuck it. But because for Yeezys, you can't just buy them retail. Like you would have to enter these drops. So you would have to enter into a raffle and get selected to purchase the shoes. So I entered the raffle thinking nothing of it, thinking whatever, there's a pandemic going on, but it's fine. I'll get a nice new pair of shoes. I'll feel better. And so then I get selected out of this raffle, which I did find out later that these are they're more highly distributed. So they distributed more pairs of these specific shoes.
Oh, okay.
So it was more likely that I was going to get selected anyways. So more people got these shoes than other ones. Anyways, so I get the shoes. So I purchased the shoes. And at the time, I didn't tell Megan right away that I had purchased the shoes. But I bought them, and I'm like, whatever, I'll tell her later. It doesn't matter. But then...
Wait, are you gonna tell us the amount?
It was $230.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Not bad if you buy them retail. But, so, the pandemic continues. And things at work are getting a little shaky. We have to go fully remote, all from home. And then they announced that there's going to be layoffs. So the day I got laid off, these shoes came in the mail. So I not only had to tell then I think she was my fiance, maybe just my girlfriend, I don't even remember. I had to tell her I just lost my job. And then on top of that, I had to sit her down and go, so I know I'm not making any money right now because I just lost my job. But I just spent $230 on this pair of shoes. And then I presented her with the Yeezys.
How'd she take it?
She actually took it surprisingly well. I think.
Good on you, man.
I think from her perspective, I just gotten laid off. I already spent the money. It's already gone. And, maybe the shoes made me feel a little better after I lost my job.
Did they make you feel better?
They did. I wore them around the apartment. It was great.
It's funny the lengths people have to go to get a pair of shoes. Because the shoes that I really like that I bought a couple months ago, like the Donald Glover collab ones it's New Balance, right?
Yes.
They're like RC30s, and so they RC10, RC30.
I don't remember.
Some number. They're pretty cool looking shoes, but they had like this base edition, and then they had like this ultra whatever cooler.
Sure, like a different colorway or like a.
Not even a colorway. It was the same colorway, so it was like a mustard or like a white. I have the white pair, but then they offered an even more weathered version.
Oh,
so it's like
the premium type shoe. Okay, yeah, they always.
And
do
in order to buy them, you had to enter into this like raffle style.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they had to call you and interview you.
What?
Yeah.
To get the shoes.
You had to complete an interview.
So they had to like vet you and make sure you were cool enough to wear their shoes, essentially?
So when I saw that, I'm like, I am just going to buy the normal pair because they're like $110.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad for like a nice pair of shoes.
Right.
But
That's
I'm
not
like,
bad.
It's not worth it, and they're not going to look at me and be like, yeah.
You hop on the call, they're like, all right, so what do you do?
I work in tech support.
Okay.
No. I would immediately be turned
How much
away.
do you make a year?
35. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way I would have gotten the shoes. But I do like the pair. But I just think it's ridiculous how boutique and how
honestly
exclusive shoes are now.
Like luxury products like that are so like I still want them.
Yeah.
But
market
they're still
themselves well.
so stupid. Like
just today I was looking at those red boots.
the silly, like really like cartoony looking ones.
I think there's like mischief or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like $350.
They're $350?
Yeah.
They're stupid.
I thought about it.
Honestly, man, I would have lost my fucking mind if you pulled up to my house wearing those shoes.
I've seen videos of people trying to take them off, and it's like hard.
What do you wear with those?
Anything, man.
What do you... They're big red cartoon boots. What do you wear? What do you do with that?
Should I just pull up and like knock off
I bet you could get some knockoff ones.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
They're probably like the same. Whatever.
I'll look up, and I'm assuming they're sold out, but I'm going to look up what the aftermarket red boot. Red boot
your
is.
birthday is coming up.
If I get like a box like this big, I know from you.
Yeah.
That it's going to be some red
I'm
boots.
just going to ship it to you.
Yeah.
Did they make those for babies?
Maybe.
I'm going to get my baby some.
You just put them on and like they fuse to the kid's feet because you can never take them off.
We can't get them off. He just grows up with them.
I feel like that'd be like the plot of a movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like the outcast child that's grown up in a pair of red boots.
Yeah, he just can never take his boots off, and somehow they grow with him.
And someday he like learns to accept what makes him different.
Yeah. He learned that the red boots are just a part of him, and he is who he is.
Should we boyhood your child?
Yeah, let's boyhood him.
If you're not familiar with Boyhood,
I'm going to be a shitty deadbeat dad.
have you seen it?
Yeah, it's this really sad movie. That's
haven't
one of the first movies I like bawled afterwards.
Really?
Yes.
Because the whole thing is like they film a kid from like 0 to 16.
Yeah.
Like the same child.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's incredible. It's a great movie. I cried so hard after, but I think it was also because I was also at the age that he like ended at the end of the movie. So I feel like I connected with him a little more. And I'm like, man, I'm growing up too.
They didn't Truman show him, did they?
No?
Like he's an actor.
They're actors. They're all actors, yes. Ethan Hawke is in it, I believe.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. All I know is like one of the songs from the
It's a good movie, man. You got to see it.
Yeah, I'll put it on my list. I'll watch it soon.
It's 3 hours though.
I don't. That doesn't bother me.
It's a long movie.
If someone tells me a movie's 3 hours, I'm like, good, make it 4. I love sitting down and just being part of cinema, like being there.
I mean, I do love just sitting down and just
Mario movie, double it, triple it, make it longer.
Do you want to sit and watch Mario for 4 hours? You sit in a theater and it's a 4-hour Mario movie.
I want to see the director's cut, where not an inch of footage gets taken out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're almost out of time.
Almost.
So I think you should share some bizarre news.
I will share some bizarre news with all of you. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Hero's the name of that song, right?
What?
From Boyhood, Hero.
Oh, maybe.
Let me go. I don't want to be here. Whatever.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. You're right. Hey,
Thanks.
You've got it.
Thanks.
2 men hospitalized after game of Monopoly ends in sword fight.
What?
Yes.
Are they LARPers?
No. So, things quickly became heated between the players and the father-son duo, resulting in the son reportedly exposing the blade of his sword. A Monopoly game in Brussels turned bloody after an irritated man approached the players with a Japanese samurai sword. Police said the fight erupted at 5 a.m. on April 2nd, when a group of 4 people had been playing the popular board game on the sidewalk outside their home.
At 5 a.m?
Yeah. The participants were loud enough to wake up their neighbors, a father and son, who came outside to ask the group to leave. Things quickly became heated between the players and the father and son duo, resulting in the son bringing out a katana sword for his defense. After the men started physically fighting, the sword scabbard got damaged, exposing the blade of his sword. Yeah.
This guy's just walking around with a scabbard.
Yeah, apparently. That's insane. I think the scabbard is like the sheath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
A local police spokesperson told the newspaper that the player tried to grab the katana and remove the holster. The son tried to get it back. Ultimately, both the son and one of the Monopoly players were wounded and reportedly both taken to the hospital, where the son, unfortunately, was struck in an artery and remains in critical condition.
Holy shit.
Yes.
You know how cool you have to be in 2023 to like almost die of a sword wound? Potentially die?
Crazy, man.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one thing to be stabbed by like a knife. That's not cool.
No.
But
no.
if like you're in a
Happens to
sword
everybody.
fight, although sword fight implies there's like 2 swords.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I thought when I first pulled it up, because I was like, oh my God, how did this result in a sword fight? What happened? Somebody owed somebody too much money when they hit the old boardwalk.
Is this what just happens in Europe?
I guess, in Belgium. Is that Brussels? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they got nothing to do at 5 a.m. except
Nice job, dude.
play Monopoly. Yep. What are you doing at 5 a.m. playing a heated game of Monopoly?
But if I got this right, so there's this group of Monopolyers,
Yes.
and then there's the neighbors, the father, son. The son had the katana.
Yes, so the father and son were at their home, presumably sleeping, and these men were being loud outside of, I'm assuming, a neighborhood, an apartment building, some sort of residential area where people live, and they were being loud playing Monopoly, and they woke these people up. The father and son came down to confront them, ask them to leave, and they refused. So then the son grabbed his katana. Obviously, that's what you do.
And the son ended up being nicked by his own blade.
Yeah, apparently the blade was exposed, and the son ended up getting stabbed somehow.
I hope he survives.
Yeah, I hope he makes a full recovery. See that? It was a silent sneeze.
Oh my God, he
I
reverted
just did it.
to age 8 when he was.
Well, I didn't want there to be like a
his
whole
sneeze.
Yeah, it's
I would have put like reverb on the sneeze.
sorry,
I would
Mom.
have played with the sneeze a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really touch it up.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
Well, that's an incredible story, and also don't do that. Don't fight.
Don't be playing Monopoly at that time.
Don't fight with swords.
You know what I think probably happened? Monopoly takes so long. They probably started the game the night before.
There
and
for a
either
cool 24 hours.
Played through the night or played late into the night, called it, and then went back to resume the game.
Resumed at 5.
Yeah. Although, why are they on the street? I don't know.
No.
I don't have an explanation for that. What are they doing?
Are we doing another? Or we
I have another. Do you've got time for it?
I got time for it.
Okay. Have you heard about this? Walmart removes T-shirt after customers spot hidden vulgar word.
What's the shirt say?
I will tell you. So essentially, Walmart put out this shirt. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to explain it. They put out this shirt, and I'll show it to you. Let's see if you can spot it. So they put out this shirt. It says RE, and then it says cycle, use, new, think. Like recycle, reuse, renew, rethink. But if you read it a certain way, the words will spell a profane word.
New think.
No. So, if you read it vertically, cycle, use, new, think.
Cycle, use, new, think.
C-U-N-T.
Oh, now I get it. That's that bad word.
What does that spell?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but
It's one of the more foul words.
that's a tough one. You can't just be spouting off the old C word like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an actual shirt that Walmart was selling, and a man pointed it out to them. What a loser. Why would you point that out? That's
Fucking
awesome.
nerd.
Let people fucking buy this shirt. That's awesome.
It's probably the same type of person that like tattles on his classmates when they're cheating, you know?
Yeah, they're the type of person who would tell the teacher that, hey, you forgot to collect the homework.
Yeah, okay, that cheating's not cool. The collecting the homework thing.
Yeah, they're the type of kid who would yell at you in dodgeball saying, I hit you, why are you still in the game, loser?
I would say
when
that.
really I don't care and I just want to win.
I would say that though, because I talked about it already. I'm very competitive, and if someone cheats, that damages the integrity of the game. So what's the point if we're going to play and you're just not going to participate the way you're supposed to participate?
Anyway, yeah, so they had to remove the shirt. They no longer sell the shirt, so you cannot get it, but I bet you can find it online somewhere. Somebody's making that shirt.
I'll just have Emily cricket me.
Yeah, she could just create one for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that was it. That was bizarre news.
And that was the end of the show.
And that's it. You've come to the end of the road here.
The final episode of Impossibly Unremarkable.
Don't do it.
Goodbye, guys.
No.